still got 0% financing on every one of these at some term. We've got a huge cash rebate if you want to pay cash, and they're here now. They're not going to be here for long. Come to Murphy Brothers today and check out the new LS tractors.
When choosing a dentist for our family, Tupelo Smiles was the answer for us. They greet us with warm smiles right when we walk in the door, and they make us feel so welcome. We love Tupelo Smiles.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Good morning. Welcome into Mississippi Live Weather This Morning at 6:30 on your Friday. Happy Friday out there. I'm First Alert Meteorologist, or I am Mississippi Live Meteorologist, this morning, Maggye McCauley. I'm glad you're tuning in with us. I'm glad you're waking up early with us this morning, live from the Room to Room Weather Center. I have a few things you need to know as you are headed out the door this morning. Actually, two things. One is going to be how we're still seeing a dense fog out there this morning. So we saw this set up even late last night. That is continuing for some of us this morning. So continuing to track that out. Make sure to be careful if you're headed out on the roadways this morning. And another thing is more rain is expected today. We're not only going to be seeing rain throughout your day, but some of us are already seeing it this morning. And then, yeah, you see that last point. Wanted to go ahead and put that on there because I know there's been a lot of chit chatter on social media, but a cool down is coming into play for next week. And it is coming as we head into the Thanksgiving holiday. So that is on the way as well. Give me a few seconds here, folks, to put my mic on this morning. My audio might have been low just then. It is a Friday morning, but my actions make it sound more like it's a Monday morning out here because I'm forgetting to do things. Anyway, we'll talk about rain though as I do get this on for you this morning. Here's a look at Mississippi Live radar early overnight. So this started about 2 a.m. I have it looping over the last 4 hours all the way until 6:30. So right now you can see the majority of rain actually taking place like we saw yesterday in northwest Mississippi. So that's kind of the same story this morning. Have a mic on now, so maybe you can hear me a little bit better. But that's kind of the same story this morning. Mississippi Live radar still showing this batch of rain just kind of moving over the Mississippi River into northwest Mississippi. But we're also seeing a little bit of showers taking place down to the south as well. So let me make this still. Let's talk about who's seeing the rain this morning. Again, folks up in northwest Mississippi, I'm talking DeSoto County stretching into portions of Marshall County. That heaviest of rain has now moved across the Tennessee state line. So that's some good news. But if you're traveling along northwest Mississippi, you're getting in on it this morning. A few showers even popping up in places closer to Prentiss County and northern Lee County. And then this batch with some heavier pockets as well from Columbus down to Macon and Louisville. So that's the main batches of rain we're looking at this morning. Nothing severe by any means at this time, but ongoing rainfall nonetheless. Maybe want to pack a few more minutes into your overall commute this morning due to that rainfall. Also due to this dense fog we're still seeing out there. A lot of us still under a dense fog advisory. You can see it here for the northern half of our area mainly. So Coahoma County, Quitman County, all the way over into places like Itawamba County, Monroe County as well. So kind of the northern tier of our area still under that dense fog advisory. This goes until 8 a.m. So if you do run under some of that fog, just make sure to keep it slow, keep your beams on low this morning. Here's a live look outside over in Batesville this morning, over in Panola County. This is northwest Mississippi, looking good out there. Lots of clouds that we're going to be dealing with today. Temperatures in the 60s, so definitely another mild start. Also, let's take a look within the city of Oxford. You can see it there in this camera. Now, not necessarily on these roadways right where you are, but take a look at this one at East, looking at Jackson Avenue. You can see that dense fog kind of setting up on the side of the roadway there. So yeah, it's still prevalent across the area this morning. It is going to be getting better as we head over the next hour or so. As I said, though, temperatures are warm out there this morning. 61 in Lafayette County, 63 over in Tupelo, and you can see all of those clouds as well in that Tupelo camera. Thanks as always to the North Mississippi Storm Chasers for lending us these cameras so we get to show you the outdoor conditions every single day. So nice sunrise out there with a lot of clouds. Can't even really see the sunrise. Kind of another gloomy day out there. Temperatures this morning across the area, like I said, in the 60s, 50s for some of us, maybe one of us, 59 hanging out in Eupora. 61 in Houston, 64 in Water Valley, even warmer in the Delta, 65 in Cleveland, 67 over in Greenwood. Talking about your first 12 hours ahead, we are going to be keeping rain chances in the mix all the way throughout your day, throughout the afternoon, even into your evening hours. We're actually looking at 2 batches of rain coming in for your day ahead. So I'll have the details on that in just a minute, but this looks to come in 2 different waves, one in the morning and one a little bit later in the evening. As for temperature wise, we're going to be in the upper 60s by 10, 70s come back into play today, middle 70s, so not as warm as we've seen the past few days, and then back into the 60s by 7. Here's the weather maker. Let me show you it on Mississippi Live satellite and radar. This is that low pressure system with that warm front that's just continuing to bring moisture and rain in with it. That's what's going to be causing the showers, at least for the first round. And then this cold front's going to swing through and bring us additional showers, mainly into your overnight hours. But that's overall big picture of what's going on region-wide. You can see a lot of rain, even extending from places like Missouri back into portions of Kansas and Nebraska as well. As we move through your day ahead, as I said, even without this cold front pushing through just yet in your afternoon, you can see those showers continuing to push into North Mississippi. And as they do, we could see a few of those on the stronger side of times, even this afternoon. And here's that next batch that moves in overnight into your early Saturday morning. That cold front's going to be springing through as it makes its way through. It'll be early Saturday morning, so that is some good news. As that makes its way out, we should be seeing dry conditions by the time most of us are getting out and about on your Saturday. Now, I can't rule out maybe a stray light shower or two, but for the majority of us, seeing mainly dry conditions and northerly winds setting up as well. That'll clear out overnight, especially into your Sunday, even with cloud cover, and Sunday looking like a really great day. If you have any plans for your weekend, I'd make them on Sunday. It's going to be cooler, northerly winds going to be at play, and a whole lot more sunshine in the forecast as well. As we get past this weekend, we have another storm system to deal with, but even looking past that one will bring in much cooler air. I'm talking about cold air diving south as we head later on in your next work week, just in time for Thanksgiving. I know if you've been on social media, if you have not been under a rock over the past few days, you have seen details about the cold conditions that are coming in for Thanksgiving. I'm here to tell you that some of that story at least is true that you've been seeing. We're looking at much cooler air coming into play late next week. It's going to be impacting probably your Thanksgiving outfit plans and probably your plans to go out maybe to the Egg Bowl on Friday as well. So we'll talk about it coming up next. It's in our 7-day forecast. We'll talk exact temperatures of how cold things are going to be getting. And of course, we'll look more hour by hour through all of those rain chances today. So all of those details coming up right after this.
Give the gift of a delicious burger from Bulldog Burger, a soup and sandwich from Sweet Pepper's Deli, appetizers and cocktails from The Grill, or even a wood-fired steak from Harvey's. Choice is the perfect gift. An all-in-one gift card from Eat With Us.
At Room to Room, there's no need to wait. Black Friday deals are going on now.
Ready for the best sleep you've had in years? For a limited time only, get an heirloom king-size mattress for the price of a queen.
Room to Room Tupelo, where we know there's no place like your home.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious. When he began to discover weather, Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes, and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggye McAuley.
Hey, good morning. Happy Friday out there. As always, welcome back into the Room to Room Weather Center. I am meteorologist Maggye McAuley. I want to show you what's going on in Mississippi Live radar this morning because some of us dealing with some rain before we get into the overall forecast about the rest of the day, okay? So a few showers, batches of showers setting up. One of those is up in northwest Mississippi. So we saw this yesterday. Folks that are up here, kind of same story going out the door this morning. Main batch is actually sitting just north of the Tennessee state line. So just across the Tennessee state line is where we're seeing that heaviest of rain up into places like Summerville. But if you're traveling from Holly Springs up 22 this this morning, you're going to be dealing with that rainfall. Traveling up 55 into Memphis this morning, you're going to be dealing with that rainfall as well. So yet another day where you probably want to add a few more minutes to your travel time. We've been watching these showers kind of push through this area. So even if you aren't seeing ongoing rain on your drive, probably at least going to be seeing some wet roadways. Some showers extending all the way into northeast Mississippi this morning as well. Light shower activity along 45 from Guntown to Boonville as well, and also sitting just south and east of the city of Boonville. This also stretches into places like Tishomingo County from Iuka down into east of Tishomingo as well. Again, very, very light shower activity. And then another batch that's a little bit on the heavier side. I'm not tracking any lightning with it this morning, but seeing some heavier pockets. You can see those reds and oranges setting up in the Golden Triangle region and south of that. So southern portions or south of Columbus, probably the southern portion of the city as well and around the city, getting in on that rainfall in Columbus this morning. Had to zoom in just to make sure I'm saying the right things. And then also southern Oktibbeha County, this stretches down into places like Noxapater and Macon this morning as well. So seeing that batch kind of setting up near and south the Golden Triangle region as well this morning with a little bit of heavier pockets moving through with that. The rest of us, though, dry. So a few patches out there, a little bit more than we saw yesterday morning, a little bit more coverage, at least that we saw this early in the morning. But overall, not everybody's seeing rainfall. Take a look at this over in Caledonia, seeing some rain near this area, but not necessarily within the city. Or, oh yeah, you can kind of see it. I'm looking for a little bit of some rainfall on that camera this morning. Overall, even if you're not dealing with the ongoing rain, pretty dreary conditions to wake up to. Lots of clouds out there this morning. Temperatures in the 60s across the board. So that's one look. Take a look at Pontotoc. Now, hey, you can see that low-lying cloud cover, that fog out there this morning in this Pontotoc camera. Lots of clouds out there. Fog still in play, so still want you to be careful out on the roadways. Take it slow this morning. Lots of clouds that we're going to be dealing with today and some ongoing rainfall as well. If you're headed out on the airways, maybe you're taking an early trip for your Thanksgiving week, we are not seeing any delays. Hey, that is some good news. This is the first morning that I have seen 0 delays region-wide. Now, usually our Houston airport little icon there is showing up as moderate delays. Not happening this morning. So that's some good news out there for your Friday, not tracking any delays out there for our region-wide airports. Sticking here in North Mississippi, taking the kids off to school this morning. Definitely going to be another mild day ahead. I encourage you to pack the rain gear with them, though. Temperatures in the 60s for drop-off, 70s by the time you're picking them up. Rain chances do increase as we head into your afternoon hours as well. High temperatures today, all going to be in the 70s, a few degrees below where we were yesterday. 72 in Boonville, 74 in Tupelo, 76 in Houston. Still a little bit warmer over in the Delta, upper 70s from Clarksdale over into Greenville this morning. This afternoon. As for our high school game of the week presented by Casey Law, if you are headed out to these football games, I just encourage you, just stay a step ahead. Bring the rain gear. You are likely to see some rain at least for the back half of games. And we were talking about that yesterday. Temperature-wise, we're going to be falling through the 60s, upper 60s by halftime, middle 60s by the final snap of those games. And like I said, just bring the rain gear. A few of these showers and storms that move through today could be on the strong to severe side. I saw somebody in the chat mention this place by the Storm Prediction Center, midnight and on. Yes, they did place us in a level 1 out of 5. And not for everybody, but for a good portion of the heart of our area, Northeast Mississippi included in this. This level 1 out of 5 stretches from Nashville, Central Tennessee into Northern Alabama, here for us in Northeast Mississippi, and then all the way throughout down south of the state as well. So yes, we're clipped in this. I think main things we're going to be watching for is they have this placed on top of us is going to be gusty winds and potential for some localized flooding if you get continually under one of those heavier pockets. I think those are the main two things we're going to be watching for here in Northeast Mississippi. And as I said, we're not even watching one round. It's really 2 that's going to be coming through. Not widespread, but 2 rounds by any means. So let's talk about it. Let's go hour by hour throughout your Friday. When can you expect this rain to become more prevalent? I think noon and on, we're really going to start to see a few more pockets coming in. Again, a few of these could be on the heavier side at times as they push through North Mississippi. These are kind of making their way from the south, kind of a different movement with these. I'm actually going to go back and let you watch the overall movement of these showers and storms. See them moving from the south up through the north. So yes, that's going to continue to make its way up through North Mississippi and continue to kind of make that same movement. So a little bit different movement with these storms, at least for the first batch that moves in. Those are going to continue all the way through your 3-4 o'clock hour as well. So if you're headed out, have any plans noon or even this afternoon, yeah, still seeing some scattered shower activity that, yes, could be on the stronger side at times. So we're going to continue to keep our eyes on that. That's why I say have your rain gear handy and also have it ready for your kids, because this is at 3 or 4 o'clock and you can see those scattered showers just continuing across the area. A little bit of a lull, I would say, as we had 6, 7 o'clock. So a little bit of a break in the overall rain chances as we head maybe into those early dinner time hours for the start of those games. That's why I say the start of the games really could be good, but the later on your game gets, the more chances you have of seeing a passing downpour or two, especially if you're in the northern half of our area, so Holly Springs, Boonville, and also in northwest Mississippi into the Delta. A little bit better chance of seeing these showers arrive earlier. This is at 10. This is that next round that I'm talking about, and this is associated with that front that's going to be pushing through. So a little bit more widespread activity happening as we head into the overnight hours. These are going to continue to push through midnight and on for places like Grenada County up into New Albany, Alcorn County, Tishomingo County as well. So watching this batch push through overnight. As long as we get into the overnight hours, the longer we get into those, the less our severe chances are going to be with that system that does push through. Going into your Saturday morning, can't rule out a few showers kind of happening in places really south of the Golden Triangle region, I would say, by the time you're waking up on your Saturday morning. But this is at 6 a.m. I know a lot of us aren't awake at 6 a.m. The later you get on in the day, I think a lot of us don't run into that rainfall at all. A little bit of later risers out there, not going to be seeing any rain. Now, I can't rule out a few light showers trying to hang on throughout the back half of the day, but nothing too impactful for your plans out there. We'll even watch this cloud cover start to move off by the time we head overnight and then into your Sunday. Here's a look at your weekend ahead. 70s out there for Saturday, into the 70s or the 60s by Sunday. So a little bit cooler out there for your day on Sunday. That's why I said if you got any plans, Sunday definitely the day to get them done. Now, that's still sitting above average for this time of year. We should be in the low 60s. However, take a look at your temperature outlook as we head further on into November. I'm talking about after Thanksgiving into early December. We're looking, yes, at some blues. Thank goodness out here, right? We're looking at finally some below average conditions diving into the south, and that includes here in North Mississippi. So take a look at your Mississippi Live weather 7-day forecast. You'll see it here at the very end. We'll talk about that in just a minute, but middle 70s today, 70s tomorrow, 60s by your Sunday. We're going to be dealing with another batch of rain as we head Monday into Tuesday. So hey, here's the thing. If you're planning on traveling early for your Thanksgiving holiday, Monday and Tuesday, not two great days to do it. If you're planning on getting out either of those days, I encourage you to keep checking up with the forecast so you can kind of plan around that. But we are watching more rain come into our areas. We had really overnight. This is about you see a 30 and a 40% chance. We're looking at about a 60 to 70% chance overnight Monday into early Tuesday. So kind of happening in the overnight hours, which is good news for travel. But again, keep an eye on it because this is multiple days away and things can and probably will change at least a little bit. Now that front's going to bring in much cooler conditions. We'll be near 60 by Wednesday. Yep, into the 50s by your Thursday. So much cooler air in the forecast. You can see between Friday and then this upcoming Friday, definitely some differences going to be happening in the weather department. So you're going to want to keep checking up here with Mississippi Live Weather, and we'll continue to give you the latest. Now, I have one thing before I let you go. Our meteorologist, Gabe Maynor, went over to Boonville to talk to a few kiddos out there. I want to show you a little bit of a video of him getting to speak to
nature that causes damage or effects to us here on the ground. Whenever we're talking about types of severe weather, how many people can list down a few types?
Tornado, hurricane,
Good.
tsunami.
Hail. Good. I heard tsunami. Was my inspiration going behind this, and I love just being a part of the community and getting to come see you guys and do events like this or school visits. I love getting to do that and meet everyone out in North Mississippi. All right, so what is severe weather? What can you guys tell me about it?
It's dangerous.
Raise your hand. What you got?
It's dangerous.
Dangerous, good. Luckily, we stayed good, but still there were a ton of questions, a lot of darkness,
Well, always a great time when we get to go out and talk to our future meteorologists, maybe inspire a few. So awesome that Gabe got to go and do that and talk to some kiddos about the weather and how it works and how you can potentially get into this field. So very cool out there. Make sure to tune in again this morning. We'll be live again in the next 10 minutes at 7, where we'll talk through the latest on what's going on with that dense fog out there and also the latest on your Mississippi Live radar. We'll be breaking that down yet again. So make sure to tune in the next 10 minutes.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
You alright? It just feels like it's coming from everywhere. Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?